As we know, Angel Dust is a character who is horny. His remarks and just basically everything he says. But what if there's more to his character than just this? In this video, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's GoCoacher Gaming here, and today, as you can see, I'm doing another deep dive character video. By the way, I am sorry for not uploading. For a while, I was busy in vacationing in Mexico, so yeah. So, and also after my first deep dive character video, I did say I was going to do another one, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, and that is going to be about Angel Dust from Hazbin Hotel. So let's just get right into the video, shall we? First of all, when Angel Dust was alive. Angel Dust was alive around the 1910s and died from a drug overdose. And as we know, his real name isn't Angel Dust. It's Anthony. The reason he changed it, from what I heard, is because he severed ties with his mafia family. His family consists of a mother, I believe, a father, and an older brother named Arachnis, who is hopefully going to be a new character in a later season, and a twin sister named Molly. Molly was seen in one episode, this one being Welcome to Heaven. But back to Angel Dust. Angel Dust, upon arriving in Hell, did meet Valentino, but from what I heard, not immediately. And so is Soldeval. And of course, as we've seen in the show, Valentino doesn't treat Angel Dust good at all. He consistently hits him, forces him to have sex, and makes him work extra hours. We can clearly see this in episode 4, Masquerade. But, what made Angel Dust so in the first place? Well, I believe that he had a reason. Val probably did seem very convincing and promised him that he'd make a lot of money. But of course, that was just a lie. Just to make Angel Dust sign his contract. And now Angel Dust realizes his mistakes, he knows he can't escape, and is trapped. And that the only thing he thinks that will make Valentino let him go is if he ends up broken from everything Val does to him. I think Angel's backstory reflects on this a little bit. Like I said before, he has a family and an older brother, Arachnis. And apparently he disowned Angel because he's of his sexuality. If you don't know, Angel is canonly gay. Gay being you're attracted to only males. Personally, I believe that his father also disowned him for being gay, because back then, in the past, being homosexual was considered wrong, and a lot of people never came out, because they were afraid they'd be jumped and beaten. And this has happened all through history, and it's still a problem today. So, yeah, well, not the jumped and beaten, but, people are starting to get their rights taken away in America, as you know. But let's not talk about that and get back to the episode. Back then it did happen to people who was homosexual, and believe me or not, I believe the only person who accepted him was his twin sister, Molly, and besides his mom, Molly was the only one to go to heaven, because she didn't participate in any mafia stuff. Also, again, in episode 4, Masquerade, when Charlie comes to speak to Valentino in order to get him to give Angel more time at the hotel, you can see Angel being a little angry at Charlie, but it's not his fault, it's mostly Valentino's. Val forces him to tell Charlie to leave, and someone also pointed out that Charlie reminds him of his sister, and he wants to protect her, just like he protected Molly. He does thank her for looking out for him, but before he was talking with Husk, after Husk was told to go get him and bring him back to the hotel by Baggy. He tells Husk he didn't ask Charlie to save him, or even Husk to as well. Let's go to the drug overdose that killed him in his past life. Getting addicted to drugs does not always have a good outcome, but it's mostly the addiction that has a reason. Angel's reason might be tied to stress or his family. And he did die young, in his 30s, from what I've heard. So, from whatever happened when he was very young for him to get a drug addiction. Also, in episode 3, Scrambled Eggs, during a chest exercise, Angel Dust and Sir Pentious dress up as a kid and an old man. Angel plays the old man and reads a script saying that he never got a hug and wanted to sell Pentious drugs. Pentious does a good job and says no, but from this, I notice how upset Angel looks. After, Sir Pentious is praised with completing the trust exercise, and yeah. And it might be because of the trust exercise. As I said before, Angel died from a drug overdose, so maybe the trust exercise maybe the trust exercise made him think of his terrible decisions when he was alive. Anyway, I believe that Angel Dust's character is the saddest since his drug addiction, dying at a young age, and everything with Valentino. He for sure had a hard life and probably trying to find an escape from it. Anyway, it's just to show that it's gonna happen to anyone, and I hope we get more information on Angel Dust's backstory, just because it seems so intriguing to me, just like Husks did. And don't worry, I think the next deep dive character video I'll be doing is Alistair deep dive character video. So yeah, and also I have some others planned as well, from Amphibia and even The Walking Dead and Amphibia, and yeah, also the Amazing Digital Circus, which I know I don't usually do much of that on my channel, but it was brought to my attention that was up there. It's up there, and I needed people to, and I just want to do a deep dive video on one of the characters from that show. So yeah, that is all I wanted to talk about in this video, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!